What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. Giving you another episode of Lessons in Love, man. I want to continue on the parenting thing because it's really bad in this day era where we have so many of our young youth getting murdered and killed, slaughtered in these streets, incarcerated, locked up in prison, high school dropouts and teenage pregnancies, disease plague, strung out on drugs and things like this. Well, I'm a firm believer in understanding all things start from within the home. All things start within the home, and children are shaped and molded, for the most part, into the people that they will grow up to be under the tutelage of their own parents and guardians. Children, best example of learning is not so much what you say, but it's what they see. And this brings me to this blog right here that I wanted to address. But know above all things start with God, the Lord Jesus Christ. And anytime you don't have that in your life and He's not the center and the balance, then it leads to the results of these things that I just mentioned, opening up this video. Because God have to give you that spirit of conviction and the wisdom that's needed to make proper choices and decisions. It's only in understanding the reality, truth, and love of God that you are able to know that you are accountable to someone greater than you, which should put you in a place of understanding and knowing that in the same measure you give, it will be given back unto you. But when we talk about protecting these children's innocence, this is what hurt a lot of parents when they first lack in that, and also allowing the children to partake in the things that they deal with or their own lust and gratifications. I remember when we was young and we was like 7, 8 years old, watching rated R movies, scary movies, sexual movies that we was immature to and wasn't ready to perceive or understood before our times. Not only the movies, but the music that we were being exposed to. The suck this, the F that, and I bent over this, the penis is this, the vagina is located right here. I spermed on her this and that, and she sucked this, sucked that, and you know what I'm saying? Those are the things we were exposed to as children, which made us curious of what was being said and what was being seen and perceived before our eyes, which allowed us to grow up to embrace fears and different doctrinations, and which also tiered us in different directions of our behaviors and mind states because of our innocence wasn't protected. We sitting here watching all type of scary movies, and then our parents wonder why we were scared of the dark, why we was afraid to sleep in a bedroom alone, or needed lights on, or just real timid to not step out on faith because of the things we were exposed to. We was exposed to sexual perversions and all type of things from music and television, which allowed us to explore our own bodies and other bodies at young ages that put us in diverse situations of diseases, of sexual addictions, and young teenage pregnancies, and just ignorance of hurting ourselves emotionally, physically, and spiritually, um, because we didn't have our innocence protected under the guardianship of our parents and guardians. Even I was guilty of that before I came to the knowledge of truth. I was even guilty of that. Well, um I would be like saying little foolish things sometimes to my children because I was a street dude. That's all I knew was street things. You know, I used to call my sons now like they 2 and 3 years old. Like, what's up? These my little niggas. What's up? This my little nigga right here. I'm thinking I'm saying something real, true, and loving. When in reality, I'm just shaping their minds into believing they niggas. Ignorant, stupid, foolish, reckless, rebellious, out of control. When these were children. And I'm calling them my little niggas when they are children. I'm already stripping and robbing them of their innocence. I'm already putting a brand and an entitlement on them in ignorance because I didn't have that love and balance in my life when I was coming up, so I didn't know at all. And it's funny because I started learning from my children. Then as I go on and I think about what I see a lot of people doing in this day and age and things like that. And again, I was guilty of some of these same things. I got my kids around me, man, and I'm playing all type of gangster music because I'm intrigued. At first, I like it, so let's start there. I like it, and since I liked it, what I wanted to do was do what I liked. It didn't matter at the children's expense. I want to hear some gangster stuff. I'm gonna play some gangster stuff. I want to watch movies that's inappropriate for minors and children. That's what I watch at my home to justify me doing it. Because I didn't understand love and I didn't know what love was. And I had a problem with integrity and morality because it never was taught to me, it never was showed to me. Because I grew up without having role models. My father wasn't in my life, and we didn't have strong men in our lives. So I grew up off what I was open up to from my community and environment. And that's why I got the most of my education and principles from my environment and what I seen that was around me. And I was wrong. And I was wrong because that was false. And it hurt me as a father, as a man, and it hurt my children because of my ignorance and my foolishness and my rebellion. And why I can share these things with you and encourage parents. We need to start protecting our children's innocence. We need to be mindful of the things that they watch. We need to be mindful of the things that they listening to. And in this day and age of social media and technology, our children are being exposed to some of the gravest, perverted, evil, sadistic thing you can imagine. That was not available for us when we were coming up. Now it's truly available to them. You and parents giving your children computers and telephones because you want them to be safe to some degree and always have a line straight to you. But these children go to these phones and porn is right there before their eyes. They click on any little site and porn is attached to the site. And these children do not have a spirit of conviction. They not able to resist the temptation of their curiosity that's being exposed right before their eyes. When you cutting on a link to a show or a cartoon or a song, and immediately a vagina and penis is in their face, actually showing it in action, raw and uncut, video games, cartoons. We got to be mindful of these things. We got to be mindful of these things. We have to educate our children. We have to show love and discipline to our children because a lot of us parents don't. Sometimes we get caught up in these lifestyles also where everything is fast. And when you're not protecting your children's innocence, you're opening them up to all type of satanic, demonic influences that allows them to grow up to be rebellious towards you. And while we have so much killing going on in this day and age, where there's no respect for life and morality, it starts in the home. If you love your children, I advise every parent to not only discipline and love and truth, but to protect the innocence of your child and do not expose them to things before the time. It's a reason why these movies and things like that have age limit restrictions on them. It's a reason for that. We need to learn from our failures and what went wrong and where we went astray at in our lives. You need to know, even as a single parent, when you were coming up, you know what I'm saying? You need to know that you want to raise your children to have more respect for life. If you raising boys, you want your boys to have respect for women. If you raising women, you want your women to have respect for their bodies. Look, girl, you want them to have respect for their bodies and learn how to be self-efficient and learning how to learn from past mistakes and failures, and also being independent on making things happen for themselves and showing them morals and values on what life, love, truth, and God is. That's very important. See, the way you see yourself is how you treat yourself. And if you see yourself as a person that want to do better for yourself, then you'll begin to do better for yourself. Now, I'm saying this because I need to do a lot more things on this, because we need to educate each other as people, as family, as friends, and people that's all on the same planet together, because we live amongst one another. Would you want me raising killers who guns is now on you and your family? No, you wouldn't. Neither would I want you to do that to me. So how do we begin to make change to fix these situations like this? Like this. We talk about things like this. So we need to protect the innocence of our children. Be mindful. Be mindful of the things they watch. Be mindful of the things you hear. Because we all fall guilty. We all fall short of the glory, and we are found guilty. Seriously. We need to be respectful. A lot of these parents think because they grown, they have a right to do wrong. No. Being grown don't give you a right to be wrong. You have to show, just like you want children to respect you, you have to respect them also. Respect who y'all bringing in y'all houses. Stop being so loose and open to your children when you in all these different promiscuous relationships. Stop just bringing women. Stop just bringing men in y'all home because you think he appear to be nice, or he looking out for you, or you attracted to him. Stop exposing your children to this madness. Have some type of patience and self-discipline. Get to learn a person before you cock your legs open to them. Same thing with men. Men have respect for weak women who don't know no better, who being led off of lust and temptation that open up their homes to y'all. At least have the integrity to have respect for the children, even at your own selfish lust and gratifications yourself. Have respect for the children. Be mindful of that, even if she not. Men need to be more responsible in their homes. Step up to your responsibilities. Stop fleeing and running from your responsibilities. If you brought a life into this world, be a part of that child's life at any expense. Even if it means humbling yourself. Even if it means having to put up with your baby mama nagging or disrespect for the sake of that child. For the sake of that child. And if you need help, it's a lot of places and resources that's able to help you to better yourself as a parent. Again, call the Strict Dad Foundation. Or you got my number. You can call me. However, this stuff, this stuff really, really need to be talked about and addressed. Um, and I'm just gonna say this, man. We have to do better. We have to do better. I've seen so many sad things that ain't funny. I've seen, like I said, a lot of us guilty of playing all type of gangster music around our baby and children. A lot of you parents allow your children to play it around you with no with no respect for you. Your children calling you by your first name, they get to cuss around you, use the N word around you and everything. Talk back and everything. Because you're afraid to discipline. You nip it in the butt while it's young. So it can be embedded in their minds to help your parenting as they get older. When these children do not believe there's any consequence to their actions, that's what makes them even more worse. I remember that's what used to keep us in order when we was coming up. This don't even work no more. Ooh, mama gonna get you. Ooh, I'm gonna tell dad on you. That used to keep us out of trouble. That don't even work no more in this day age. Because these parents are afraid of their children. They don't discipline their children. They think they love them because they don't discipline them. No, you hate them because you don't discipline them. Because what you showing them is that there's no consequences behind being wrong, which allows them to go out in society and end up losing their lives by people who don't give a damn about them. Because you led them in the wrong way. So we need to protect our children's innocence. I've seen so many of you parents so angry and disrespectful. Y'all curse all around your kids, hooping and hollering, screaming all around them, drinking and smoking all around them and things like that. Have some respect for your household. Again, just because you're grown, it don't give you a right to be wrong. I mean, you don't have a license to do that just because you're grown. In my house, I drink what I want, I smoke what I want. No, have respect for your children. Remember, their best example is what they see. What they see. And if your child see you drinking and smoking, guess what? They gonna grow up drinking and smoking. If your child see you reckless and rebellious and nobody can tell you nothing, they take on your spirits. Because those are the spirits that's in your house and they take them on. So if you love your children, respect their innocence. Let these children be children. Stop trying to raise them so fast. You got these 9, 10, 11-year-old babysitting your other kids by other baby daddies. Just ghetto as hell. Doing foolish, stupid stuff. We need to grow up, man. We need to get it together. Men need to accept their responsibilities. And women need to have more respect for their bodies and their children and their homes. And with that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment lesson question. It's yours. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Lessons in Love. And this one is about protecting the innocence of your children. Stop allowing your babies to be exposed to this madness. Learn how to respect them. Stop cursing out your kids. Calling them all type of B words, F words, and that's another episode. We'll get to that. But this your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment lesson question, it's yours. Protect your child's innocence. Shouts out to my sponsor, the Strict Dad Foundation. The link is in the description box, man. Donate to that GoFundMe. Because the person who got it up is matching buck for buck up to $5,000 to help change and better somebody else's life. If you a man, donate to that channel. Donate to that GoFundMe. Be a part of that movement. Better parents make better children for a better world. Also, shouts out to my other sponsors, LOMclothingstore.com. The link is in the description box also for that. So order your LOM clothing at LOMclothingstore.com. And join my Patreon, man. This your boy Battle Truth. If you rock with me, you support me, man. Join my Patreon. I just uploaded like 5 more new videos up there. Gonna do like probably 5 more in a day or so too. So you'll love it over there, man. All my powerful stuff is on the Patreon. So join my Patreon. And it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's a question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.